So, what are your top 3 all-time favourite open world games? Mine are Mafia 2, Just Cause 2 and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. But what are yours? Let me know right now in the comment section below, and I will be featuring the most awesome ones at the end of the next video. How's it going, you amigos? My name is SuperRebel and welcome back to another Far Cry 4 video. Now today we do actually have some pretty awesome details about Pagan, who, if you didn't already know, is in fact the villain in Far Cry 4. But today we find out that he actually could have been a Far Cry hero. Yes, that is correct. Pagan, the different breed of insane guy, being a hero. You guys heard me right, so it is going to be a pretty weird video, but awesome at the same time. So don't forget to punch that like button below as always, and hit that subscribe button below if you're new around here. And with that said, sit back, relax, grab yourself some snacks, and let's get straight into today's Far Cry 4 news. So, the Far Cry franchise has become known for one specific feature in the recent years, and well, this is the game's villains. Now, what seemed like a one-off with Far Cry 3 became a sign of what was to come when Far Cry 4 was revealed, of course when it put the spotlight on Pagan, the game's antagonist. Now, according to the game's creative team, past entries in the series might not have painted him as a villain. In fact, he might have been a hero. Yes, that is correct. The guy who likes to take selfies after murdering people would have been the guy who would have, well, technically saved your life. Now, Far Cry 4's story is set to turn Far Cry 3's quote on its head, positioning the player as a native returning to a region in Upperville instead of an outsider leading people to freedom. Now, if you didn't know, Pagan is actually a Hong Kong national who has overtaken the country of course, Kyrat by force, and as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, there's no denying that Pagan is definitely a different breed of insane, especially if you compare him to the previous villains. But Mark Thompson, who is the narrative director for this game, offered a new insight, explaining that Pagan's quote, bloody quest for power doesn't just make him dangerous. In the past, it could have made him a Far Cry protagonist. And his exact words were, Pagan is the antagonist, but he could have almost been the protagonist of a different Far Cry story. He was the guy who came in from the outside and invaded, captured the imagination of a part of the population because it was still a civil war, and he came in with his own guys from Hong Kong, but he did romance the minds of a certain group of people. And then Mark continued to say, and then he took over, he captured the outpost, and he took the towers along with the landscape. But the overall story of the game is about Ajay returning to Kyrat, his homeland, and there's a tiny kind of rebellion simmering away in the corner. But the whole land has been taken from them by Pagan and his self-appointed, quote, royal army, so the backstory is made up of the system's off-game world. Now, he did also go on to explain that it's not just the world of Far Cry 4 that Pagan could have conquered through those same means. In no uncertain terms, he follows the same path that many felt Far Cry 3's protagonist took himself. And Thompson's exact words were, we know that when people play the game, inevitably they are going to take towers, they're going to take back the outposts, but it's all about capturing the landscape piece by piece, so I wanted to make sure that the overall narrative was about the same thing. Now, I don't know if you guys are actually going to agree with what I'm about to say next, but either way, at the end of Far Cry 3, I kind of felt like it was us that turned out to be the bad guy, and Thompson did also say that there are many others out there as well that kind of felt that way, so the whole point in Far Cry 4 is for us not to have that feeling at the end of the game. However, there is going to be some sort of twist that we are yet to find out. So guys, that does bring today's video to an end. Don't forget to thumbs up the video if you went on to enjoying it. It really does help me out a lot. And if you are new around here, it was great to have you tune in as well. Thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button below if you would like to stay up to date with more Far Cry 4 news, along with other upcoming open world game news as well. That would be really appreciated. And of course, you will become an amigo and part of the amazing, awesome, beautiful team. But either way, I will see you guys in my next video, which will be tomorrow. But until then, I hope you have a really awesome day, and adios amigos.